welcome back to Large Buttered Popcorn, the podcast where we discuss everything that we saw at the theaters this week. My name is Freya.
I'm Kalani.
And this week we have 5 movies to talk about with you, which we're very excited. It's been a pretty good week. There's nothing like too standout, I would say.
Yeah, and
I know
personal faves.
I know the first movie we're gonna talk was like you really like.
I liked it, yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna discuss them. Gonna say what we like, what we disliked. Anything else we really think about the movies that we've seen this week. And yeah, for us it's been a pretty quiet week, nothing major. We're still recouping from our vacation.
Emotionally, physically,
monetarily.
Mm-hmm.
We had a good time. So yeah, we just had a chill week. I've been learning to drive, so I've been driving around a lot more, which, I'm enjoying a lot more than I thought I would.
I'm glad.
But yeah, apart from that, anything you want to interject before we jump into the movies we saw this week?
Not particularly. Let's jump into it.
All right, we will just jump right into it. All right, so starting off on Monday, we went to AMC Screen Unseen, and this time we saw The Furious. This film is directed by Kenji Tanigaki, and it stars Ji Miao, Joe Talzim, Yang Anu, Yayan Ruhian, and Jija Yanin. Sorry if I butchered any of those. It stars other people as well. Those are just sort of like the main actors in this movie. And I rated it a 3 and Kalani rated it a 4. So do you want to kick us off and tell discuss what this movie's about?
So, The Furious is an action movie first and foremost, an action movie at its core. The action delivers. It's insane. It's wild.
It's like true martial arts action as well.
It's very, very fun action where it just doesn't stop. It doesn't let up once the action's going. It's crazy. It's fun. It's its biggest strength, and they knew it was their biggest strength. This movie had a lot of whoa, a lot of whoas, a lot of, oh my goodness, and a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of kind of a Jackie Chan kind of physical comedy going on as well.
Yeah.
Where, this is an action movie, it's an martial arts movie, but it's also absolutely ridiculous. The things they do and the way these characters even react.
Yeah, it was like so over the top. It was like really awesome. It's like, just like a pure action flick. It kind of like they have like some sort of like a moral story that they come across. It's like the whole like,
we all know why we're here.
Yeah, the whole story sort of surrounds 2 men who have been affected by this
child trafficking
ring in like separate ways. Like one man, his wife was investigating and then goes missing, and then another man, his daughter's been taken.
Yeah, child traffickers are one of those pretty safe bets for a villain. We're like, we don't have to get into the specifics of why they're villains. Like, it's clear, right?
And then along with like them just like, the villain doing like a purely evil thing that everyone can recognize as evil. He's like actually like cartoonishly villainous as well. It's like hilarious.
At first it's only just a little over the top.
Yeah.
And then it turns into this cartoon character, and at that point I was on board 100%.
Yeah. But apart from that, like there's like a couple of times during this movie where like the director is like not afraid to take a risk with the direction that he takes the story. Not to spoil it too much, but like one of the people playing a child in this movie is like, she's fully in the action.
No, yeah, like
she's in it. Like she's not just like a child actor who's like getting saved. She's like, she's throwing punches and doing little flips and stuff too.
Actually, you went to the bathroom once, but where she like just took a hit.
Yeah, that's how I was like, whoa, like. You don't really see that.
It was almost kind of necessary because otherwise I really would have just gone through the movie assuming everyone was going to be fine. And there's movie has stakes. Movie has some
definitely
stakes for the characters at least. Yeah. You know, the story is serviceable. It does the job.
Yeah.
You know, there's clear bad guys. There's some they did this thing with it was like dubbed over for half the characters.
Yeah, it was like really weird. Like the majority of the movie is in like English and Chinese, but then there's like it's kind of weird, like
especially the side characters.
The country, like the background country of this movie, it isn't in an English-speaking country or like a Chinese-speaking country. It kind of like is like, I guess, supposed to be given like Thailand or like.
Oh yeah, it was a nondescript country, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like nondescript Asian country, and I feel like they did that to be able to basically dub over for the different countries that it's going to. So
yeah.
Yeah,
it's a weird one.
So in like the Chinese markets, they could dub them over as if they are speaking Chinese. The English markets, they're dubbed over as if they are speaking English. And yeah, that was like strange at first because
in a theater.
Yeah, at least in the theater. Yeah, it was a little strange, and then but like also like. By the end of it, I was kind of like, okay, I get this. I get why they did this.
Like, I put on some K-dramas in the background sometimes. It's like, hey, I know that voice. That's a that's a man number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, aside from that, performances, I guess I could say physically solid. Obviously, performance-wise, solid, aside from, like, the dubs. Maybe, like, kind of over the top. The acting was maybe a little bit over the top sometimes, but the movie called for it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was just like it's like really fun. It's like definitely like a dad movie.
If you like action movies, do
yeah,
see this.
Definitely like I don't know if it's
John Wick. I think it's better than like John Wick, honestly.
Like I don't know if it's gonna be in theaters around Father's Day, but like this is a perfect movie to like take your dad to go see.
Yeah.
Especially if your dad's like one of those guys who like will just watch anything on TV. They'll love it. It has the what's his name? Joe Talsim, I believe. Yeah, Joe Talsim. Joe Talsim, who is like one of the main characters, he plays Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 1 and then like Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat 2, which is like so cool because you know how much we loved Mortal Kombat and I love Mortal Kombat. So it was fun to like see him in like a more normal role, less fantastical role, I guess. And yeah, these guys can fight. Like,
man, when they gave that guy a hammer, it was over.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if this was like intentionally done in like the sound design, but like whenever like people were getting hit or like people were taking hits, the sound was so like gross and like, loud. I've never like
needs good
heard
sound.
that. Yeah, I've never heard like it just like the hit being so loud in a movie, which was like, ugh, gross.
Yeah, no, the action, the sound design was great for all the hits. Where it felt visceral, especially in the theater. It was like the sound was loud. It was like, ooh,
yeah.
A couple times a hit would happen, and I'd visibly go, whoa, or like there was a particular one where it made me yell because it actually startled me.
Yeah, you're like, Kalani in the movie theater can be funny sometimes. Because you're like, whoa!
It's fun. But this movie, I love a good action movie. This is a great action movie. Whether the story could have been better, but I think
I don't know if there's like there's a need for it to be better.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like a pure action, fighting, martial arts flick.
Everyone, I think, was doing what they're best at.
Yeah, definitely. And that's fighting. That's kicking some ass. It's fun.
So, on to one thing of this movie. This, it's not common for an action movie like this to be 2 hours and 20 minutes long. This movie kind of goes through a couple of different legs, especially this movie could have ended like 3 different times.
Yeah, I don't even think I registered that it was that long. I felt like it was like a 90-minute movie, but...
No, I know it's at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so this movie ends like 3 different times, and so each time it kind of ends, the movie gets more over the top. The first time it ends, we cut to the boss guy. he's having a conversation, things up the
They're
ante.
out of control.
They finally get over to the thing. You know, they're chilling in the jail. Things are happening. Some people show up. No, they start doing their climactic battle. Then another person shows up.
Yeah.
It goes more over the top, and then the final action scenes are some of the most ridiculous, over the top, awesome, absolutely awesome thing. Action scenes I've seen in a movie. Definitely seen a movie this year. Best like action I've seen in a movie in a long time.
Yeah,
actually.
no, it's like literally. I feel like a nerd saying this, but it's like pretty epic.
Yeah.
Like it's like actually just fun and pure just pure fighting for like basically the whole movie. There's not like a time when like there's not much, like there's not a time when there's like really like no fighting going on. You know, it's maybe like a 10-minute interval in between fights.
This movie makes it clear when you can go to the bathroom.
Definitely, yeah.
This movie in particular made me maybe feel a little bit more negative about Mandalorian and Grogu, just because the action in this movie was so awesome. But I think most movies would, unfortunately, comparing the action would fail to hit the mark if I compared it to this one. It's just about proximity of how close we watched them together.
Yeah, I agree. That was like one of our main disappointments in Mandalorian Grogu, was kind of like the fight scenes, just like they're really hard hitting, which like we wish they were.
Yeah, action should be exciting.
But yeah, this was very exciting. This was like the complete opposite of that. And
I could talk about the set pieces, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah. I would say the only reason I'm like keeping it at 3 is because like while I enjoyed it, if I have the option of like what kind of genre of movie to watch, I'm probably not picking something like this myself. But at the same time, I enjoyed it. It's just kind of like not really my thing.
It's definitely given me a hankering to watch another action movie.
Yeah.
So maybe like, we didn't end up watching Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, so maybe we'll check that out soon.
Yeah, no, that would be good.
Yeah, but Furious, it's a solid movie. If you're into action movies, go see it.
Yeah, definitely. I would say go see it too if it sounds like your thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next we are going to discuss Trainspotting from 1996. This is directed by Danny Boyle. It stars Ewan McGregor, Ewan Bremer, Johnny Lee Miller, Kevin McKidd, Robert Carlyle, and many others. And we both rated it a 4.5. We saw this at a kind of last minute, actually. At like we didn't realize they were doing like a 4K re-release of it at movie theaters, and like it had very limited screens.
Yeah, so I think it's just for like a 4-day period.
Yeah. So yeah, we sort of like the day or two before we're going to see it was like, okay, yeah, let's go see Trainspotting. Kalani's never seen it, but I have. And yeah, I really like it. I was excited for Kalani to see certain moments. And yeah, I really like it. If you've never seen Trainspotting, minor spoiler, I guess. I mean, it's been out for 30 years at this point.
Spoilers are a little fair game right now, yeah.
But yeah, it's about, heroin addicts living in Scotland, Edinburgh specifically, and sort of just the main character's trials of life, getting off of heroin, getting back on heroin, deciding to change his life, deciding to try and meet a partner, eventually changing his life, and how his people who are supposed to be his friends can kind of like drag him down, but at the same time he's dragging other people down
he's also
badly.
supposed to be their
He's like
friend.
yeah, he's like a bad guy at times, and yeah, it's just kind of that. But yeah, what are your thoughts on it? How did you like it?
I enjoyed it a great deal. I thought so many sequences in this are so creative.
Yeah.
They leave an impression on you. The doo-doo dive, the worst toilet in Scotland, great sequence. The sinking to the rug, sinking to the floor. That sequence is great, and it's like And it's this sequence of this character at his absolute lowest. What's it called when he's locked in his room, and he's when you haven't had drugs.
Yeah, he's like going cold turkey.
Yeah, and he's going cold turkey. That sequence is great. It's a great a display of just like someone dealing with addiction. And how easy it is and how casual it is to relapse, to get into that vibe where the line that was used when after he had gone clean for a while was this: "We made the healthy, informed decision to use heroin again." It was just that casual.
And yeah, like everything from just like the shots to, you know, the music choices to the way that each individual character has like almost, I would say, kind of like a personal style that's different from each other, but it's very like still influenced by like Scottish and British culture, which I love. And yeah, it's just like every single thing in this movie feels so like intentional and creative, and it's just like so awesome.
Yeah, it's a sick movie. It's really cool. It's one that like as I sit on it, as I think about it now, it's still kind of going up. I liked it a lot. I guess I felt a real similarity with this movie and like this being a kind of Scottish a movie from based in Scotland about Scottish people. I felt a lot of the similarities I did with like a lot of like 90s and early 2000s black movies, and from this kind of perspective of people that know that the rest of society doesn't see them on the same level. And this like it's a weird wash of pride and a weird mixture of like pride and shame almost that kind of precipitates like every action that people sometimes make in these communities.
It's like especially you know, Scotland and like northern communities in England is even it gets to a point where, you know, like the same reason they're doing heroin is like, well, like there's nothing for us to do around here because you're so forgotten by the government. It's like, what else are you supposed to do? It's like in a lot of northern cities, you know, drinking is like a huge problem because it's like, well, what else are we supposed to do? Like, there's nothing else for us to do apart from like go and get pissed on the weekend. Obviously not as bad as doing heroin, but you know, there's still, as well as drinking problems, still drug problems. The north of Britain is like quite neglected by, you know, the government and stuff.
Yeah, no, I think this culturally, this movie kind of awakened that revelation that voice in American cinema is maybe kind of mirrored in British cinema by like these Irish and Scottish and northern communities a bit, and the future movies we watch, I'll kind of have that in mind.
Yeah. After you mentioned it, I was like, yeah, like I'm looking forward to checking out more like Black American cinema.
We will.
But yeah, like I just think this is an awesome movie. It's 4.5 stars because, you know, it's not like the perfect movie for me. It's like it's still really good. It's like awesome. Like,
yeah, no, like it's a great movie. The reason why it would be 5 stars, I don't know. Honestly, frankly, most of the time a movie's 5 stars, I kind of know it in my heart the second I walk out of the theater. There's only been a couple cases where that wasn't the case. Things like Eddington for me is one that stands out. Where like walked out thinking 4, then I was like, dang, actually, whoa, that movie, whoa.
Yeah.
But typically, you know, if a movie's 4.5, I walked out thinking it was maybe a 4 or 4.5. But I liked it a lot. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I like the ending a lot.
No, I've never seen the second one. I know they like did a second one. I don't even know how long ago. It was like, I feel like maybe it was like, maybe it can't be 2016. Must have been like 2019 or something. Of them being older. And I've never seen that, so maybe we'll watch that and see what that's
curious.
like.
Do you know if Danny Boyle directed that one too or no?
I'm not sure.
I'm unsure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe we'll check that out.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you've seen it and if you like it. But yeah, that's Trainspotting. If you haven't seen it before, go watch it. If you have seen it, go watch it again because it's a really special movie.
Very cool.
All right, next we're going to talk about Power Ballad. This is directed by John Carney and stars Paul Rudd, Nick Jonas, Peter McDonald, Marcella Plunkett, Rory Keenan, Havana Rose Liu, and I rated it 2 stars, and you haven't rated it.
I'll give it I'll give it 3.
Give it 3. Yeah, Power Ballad follows, Paul Rudd in a wedding band.
Yeah, he's a dad, he's a husband.
Yeah, going through the swings and motions of life, feeling like
ex-rocker.
Yeah, feeling like maybe he could have done more with his life. And any one evening at a wedding that his band's performing at meets Nick Jonas's character, who happens to be, an ex-boy band member trying to get himself on his feet on his solo career. And after an evening of drinking and, jamming together, they part ways. For then 6 months later, he hears the song that he basically showed to Nick Jonas's character playing on the radio, and Nick Jonas's character has stolen the song. And then what follows is how he's dealing with that and how he tries to fix the situation.
Yeah. I think for me, I think this movie did one thing that I think every music movie needs to do. At least the titular, the main song by the end won me over enough where I was like, okay, this is a decent song, and I can see this song getting popped. I can see the song doing those kinds of numbers. I get it. Like the right person releases it, jazzes it up. Like I bought the songs in the universe. I bought it. I think so. We had a conversation a little bit about this movie where maybe I was kind of dancing between 2.5 and 3. I'm still a bit unsure, but two things we kind of talked about were the sound of this movie's a little odd.
Yeah, the sound in it's really flat. I
don't know if it's just our theater, but the sound it was flat.
Yeah, I kind of hope it was just our theater and that people have had a better experience. Watching a movie that's about music and the sound be decent. But yeah, it sounded like the whole audio was just on one singular mono track microphone.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Even the little needle drops, it felt like they were all just at the same level of volume. It was very strange. Bizarre.
And then there was that thing where while I was singing, they're doing a live singing kind of. Sometimes it sounded kind of fine, but then sometimes it sounded too studio, and it was a little jarring. Because it just wasn't consistent on top of that.
Yeah, it was just that was and it's just it doesn't help it just feels like a streaming movie, and that's if it had maybe just gone straight to streaming, then who knows, it might have been a hit that everyone's like, oh, this is so good, but to be watching that in a movie theater, kind of I'm not sure.
Yeah. Another thing that we talked about was Nick Jonas's character. It didn't need to be Nick Jonas.
Yeah, it was
and maybe almost to its detriment. It was Nick Jonas.
Nick Jonas has never really done any other acting, and then for him to be playing basically himself, but under another name, claiming to be 27 years old, it's oh, that's Nick Jonas on the screen.
Yeah. As far as pop stars, maybe going a bit out of the depth, did better than The Weeknd and Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Yeah,
maybe. But also way less ambitious.
Yeah, and to be fair, I know he's in it a majority of the movie. He's kind of actually, he's not even in like a majority of the movie. Like, he's kind of, I guess he's like a main character, but like a lot of the film like revolves around Paul Rudd's character, and then like his family and his friends and his bandmates. So you're kind of not left on screen too much with Nick Jonas's character, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
Not that he's like a bad actor or anything, but like I guess maybe not dynamic enough. Or
there's actually one thing particularly in my mind I wanted to chime in with, and the reason why this one's like a 3 stars instead of 2.5 stars for me. I think Paul Rudd, as I thought about it, I think he actually played this character perfectly. I bought that this dude was kind of like a dad, maybe a bit out of his depth.
Yeah.
That just wanted to prove people that he's wanted to prove to people that he was something. I actually as I was thinking about this, I was like, oh, I think Paul Rudd actually did a great job.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think basically like everyone like was like good with what they had. Like Paul Rudd's friend was like endearing and it was a fun time. His wife and his daughter in the movie. But yeah, I guess my thing really is that the music wasn't good enough for me. I get its appeal. I get like it sounded okay, but like it's never a song I'm gonna listen to. Some of the things felt weird and a little outdated. Like especially the whole thing of, and I don't even know if maybe it was intentional, and that the only way that Paul Rudd's character found this song was by going onto like an unofficial like PowerPoint presentation-esque lyric video.
That was actually really funny.
Like back in the day, like when you'd search a lyric video and like it'd come up, but like it wasn't official. That's what it felt like he was looking at, and he kept being like, "Look, 25 million views," and I'm like, why is he not like on like a little fake in-universe Spotify or like a music video? It just felt a bit strange that.
I feel like they still make those little lyric videos for like day one, especially late. I think they've been doing it lately, but I think I agree with you. It did feel old school.
Not like that. It's like not a like
high def.
it's
still
not a PNG.
Yeah, just
and then
still.
Comic Sans on the screen.
Oh, did it show that?
Basically,
I wasn't sure if it actually showed that or not. Yeah, like that's old school and very for the oldies.
Yeah.
I thought.
So I don't know if it's like that's actually like they were trying to like put it across like this music video. I mean, this lyric video that they put up was supposed to be the official lyric video, and it's like crazy that it's gotten 500 million views.
I think that's even funnier.
But then, or if it's like intentional that Paul Rudd's character's so old that the only way you found this song was by going on someone's unofficial.
I think that'd be so funny.
Lyric video.
And like the song actually is like 3 billion and the guy's talking about it. I was like,
yeah. And then I guess like the movie has some like nice points. It has some funny points.
To me, this is a dad movie.
Yeah, it's just like it's like really just like a nothing movie. But like I'm not like, I don't want to give it like 1 star, 1.5 stars, because like I enjoyed it while I was watching it. It was fine. It's just like not a movie I would ever revisit or actually probably even suggest someone to go watch.
I suggested to dads.
Yeah, well, I mean, you rated it 3.
Yeah. I suggested to dads, like that. Yeah, I liked it. I think the dynamic between him and his family is kind of I guess more so the connection he has with his family. Very, very like guy-centered like connection and everything. Since he's really we only get his POV on a lot. You get a little bit of this, but his POV on his family and their relationship. It's very like appealing to men that can kind of project themselves like, yeah, if I was a dad. And I think that's what the movie I think that's the movie's role.
Yeah.
Like, I think my dad would enjoy this. I enjoyed it enough. I'm still kind of dancing between 2.5 and 3, but for the most part, I liked it. I like the story.
Yeah.
I like the message. I got what's really important. it worked on me.
Yeah, it was like fine. I also thought it was weird that one scene where like Paul Rudd's character is going to confront Nick Jonas's character, and he's like about to have a threesome.
I thought that was hilarious.
I thought I'm like, why the decision for two women?
Because he's a playboy.
Yeah,
he
but
lied
like,
about having like someone that he can sing the songs to. So and then that's when Paul Rudd's character's like, "Yo, you aren't real.
Okay.
You're out of because like he was never real to him in the first place. That's
yeah,
who he really was the whole time.
okay, I get it then. I was just sort of like,
Yeah.
why is Nick Jonas kissing two ladies? What the
It's
hell?
like kind of showing us like, oh, in case you still thought this guy was decent, like tell him like that was like the real him that moment.
Yeah.
He was just putting it on.
Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, and I like the little sequence where he's like, you know, Nick Jonas' character's like naked. And he's
Yeah.
like, I thought that was very funny. It worked. It worked enough for me.
Okay.
Like, you know, this is like a kind of in the middle for me, and then like, and once you kind of go over once you're on one side, it's like, all right. It's like instead of just being not like 5.1, like, okay.
Okay.
And I fully get like, if I felt like even like a little less positive about this, in general I'd be way less positive. Like I like enough of it worked on me, I guess. The tension of when everyone's like doubting him, I was invested. It's like, I know that this isn't like a standout movie, but it worked for me. I feel you on like the mediocrity of it all, though. I do.
Yeah. Okay, I've said my piece on Power
too.
Ballad. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, let's Power Ballad. All right. Next, we are going to talk about Masters of the Universe, the He-Man live-action movie. This is directed by Travis Knight, who I actually didn't know is the same director of Cuba and Two Strings and Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it stars Nicholas Galitzine, Jared Leto, Camila Mendes, Idris Elba, Alison Brie, Kristen Wiig, and I rated it a 3. And
I'll give it a 3 as well.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. You know, it's very schlocky. It's very like.
It's like
guys, remember He-Man?
And it knows it's doing that.
Yeah.
It's like very self-aware, but also like being self-aware. Like you're really pushing it with the whole self-aware thing. You know that you're aware.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a lot. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
I can't deny when a movie makes me laugh.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it a lot. Like, I was like, whoa, this is so fun. I like told my family, I was like, you guys gotta go see freaking He-Man. You'll love it. Hate to say this, guys, but Jared Leto might be goated in this movie.
He was
like,
awesome.
it was
Skeletor's
like,
awesome.
this is probably the single best Jared Leto performance, like, of his life. This was awesome. Skeletor was awesome. Like,
I know
he
people
was
are
like,
oh, we don't watch Jared Leto and stuff because he's cringy. Like, I don't know. He was great in this.
yeah, Skeletor was like beyond. It was like, again, what Kalani was saying, where it's like they kind of do this thing in this movie where it's like, yeah, we know this is silly, guys. It's He-Man, we know. Whereas like, maybe in some parts of the movie I didn't enjoy that. Skeletor's the part that I did enjoy, where like he's so cartoonishly villainous that he like knows he's cartoonishly villainous and like leans into it, and it's like, it's brilliant.
There's this movie goes on multiple occasions to ask the question, maybe there's more to Skeletor, and answer it in the next breath.
No, he's just evil.
This guy with a skeleton for a face, and he's evil.
It's hilarious.
Don't worry about it.
He's a blue man with skeleton and red hyper-realistic glowing eyes.
It's hilarious. And then
it's brilliant.
The lights turn on. It's very funny. Skeletor, and then like to not spoil it, the sequence at the end is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's great. We see Skeletor in different contexts, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. You know, Nicholas Galitzine, I kind of, not that I was like doubting his ability for this movie, But like I feel like I've never seen him in like a main role. You know, we've actually seen a lot of his movies.
I know we saw 100 Nights of Hero.
We've seen Bottoms. We've seen 100 Nights of Hero. We've seen Cheap Detectives.
Oh my god, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, now He-Man. So I was kind of not doubting his ability to be like the main character of a movie, but just like kind of like unbothered by how he would do, kind of in a way.
I guess the phrase "not sold" isn't quite right, but more so. Now, before we talked about, who would he want as a live action Hercules, and his name kind of grew in my head, but I was like, I'm not sold.
Yeah,
if they announced it and he was the guy, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, my pick for live action Hercules is still Leo Woodall from Tuna Nuremberg. But this guy,
dissatisfied. He brings the big himbo energy and everything.
Yes, definitely. That's what you needed
kind of
for
need to bring to a
He-Man
movie 2026.
And yeah, everyone was really good. Obviously, Jared Leto was the standout. He was awesome. But everyone else was really good. I know you mentioned like Idris Elba's in this movie, and it's not like Idris Elba's like, it's like he plays like some awesome character, but like nothing's taken away by the fact that Idris Elba's in this movie.
And honestly, but thinking about like, he definitely brings more than like random actor with like he elevates this role enough from like it's hard to imagine someone besides Idris Elba in this role aside from like like someone that kind of fits that niche like John Cena or Batista, right? Like these kind of masculine kind of actors, like he does his job.
It's a very colorful movie, but I sometimes I can't get past the fact that it's all CGI. It's all like you can tell this is all done on green screens, despite how colorful it is. The costuming I really like that they didn't shy away from doing a loincloth.
That was very fun.
They easily could have been like, no, He-Man, we're trying to make He-Man extra manly and like in like today's society eyes. No, of course we're not giving him like a little harness and loincloth. And they do that. They give him the harness and the loincloth. And like I think that's awesome. Loincloths are so in for summer 2026, I say.
Yeah, this movie, I think it sticks to its roots as a show based on toys rather than a show made to sell toys. That they kind of He-Man's origin. I think this movie really follows that legacy faithfully and in a unique way that I think other properties don't. I'm glad this movie exists.
Yeah, me too. I would definitely say like go give it a chance.
If you like He-Man, you're interested. Yeah.
Or even not even if you like He-Man, if you liked Dungeons and Dragons, if you like any sort of like fantasy, 80s, 90s, early 2000s cartoons. I would say give it a chance. But that being said, like I know it's not going to be for everyone, and I know maybe the whole thing of them like being like, oh yeah, we know this is kind of silly, guys, might actually like put some people off. But I hope it doesn't put like people who actually like He-Man off, because it's like, guys, you knew what you were watching back then. Like this is like stupid.
This is a silly movie, and I'm really glad it is a silly movie. It's, maybe sometimes I'm doing a lot, but I have fond memories of it. And even if some of the jokes were kind of like, you guys are really telling this to stop this movie to kind of do the meme. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, and then this is like minor spoilers, I guess. They did tease She-Ra at the end, like post-credit scene.
Undoubtful.
I don't think we're getting that She-Ra movie.
Yeah, box office isn't looking too good for this one.
Yeah,
the writing was kind of on the wall, but I'm happy to be surprised. I hope if they do.
Yeah, me too.
I hope every character returns.
Yeah, me too. I was like really just pleasantly surprised. I was going in kind of like not expecting anything, more just like going to go see a movie because there's a new movie out, and then leaving being like, I had a really, really good time watching that.
I told you on the day I was like, I'm feeling good about He-Man. I'm feeling good about it. I could feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've said everything I want to say.
Same as well. He-Man,
that's
it's a good
He-Man.
time.
I mean, that's Masters of the Universe. I keep forgetting that it's actually like not called He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
There's one point in the movie where he's like at work and it shows his like little name placard on his desk and it says he/him, which I love because it's He-Man, but like I know there's some people in the crowd that are gonna be pissed. Oh, you guys are gonna be pissed off with this one.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I guess I was saying before. I really enjoyed that he was like an HR guy in this, like to kind of contrast with maybe his origins and the character's role in society right now. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, me too. It's a fun movie. I'm not sure. It's not one I would like probably choose to like watch again, but like if I walked in on like someone watching it on the TV,
Same.
again, I'm probably gonna like hang around a little bit and be like, oh, this part's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's He-Man. I feel like we've said our piece on it. And I think we're gonna move on to our last and final movie we're gonna discuss today.
All right.
Okay, lastly, we are going to discuss Barry Lyndon from 1975. This is directed by Stanley Kubrick and it stars Ryan O'Neal, Marissa Berison, Patrick McGee, Hardy Kruger, Stephen Berkoff, Gay Hamilton, and many others. I rated it a 4 and Kalani rated it
a 4.
All right, so this was, again, part of the Stanley Kubrick retrospective that we've been going weekly to at Sunray Cinema. I believe we're going to skip next week because it's The Shining, and we already saw that on its 40th anniversary re-release last year. So I think we're going to skip out on The Shining next week. But Barry Lyndon, this was the first time either of us had seen this. And... yeah, do you want to kick us off with...
Yeah, Barry Lyndon follows the story of an Irish... would he start off as a small lord?
Yeah, I guess you could call him gentry.
Okay, as like a man, Barry Redmond, that's a member of the Irish gentry, and his trials and tribulations as he aspires to the rank of gentleman, eventually lord, and it's a rise and fall and rise and fall and rise and eventual fall of Barry Lyndon.
Yeah, it's a real tale of, just mindless ambition, I guess, where, like, even when you get to a point where, like, you could be satisfied, you could be happy, this man just, like, wants more. He just always wants more. He always just wants the next big thing. Always trying to prove himself until it equals his downfall.
Yeah.
This film, I know it wasn't very popular. It's probably one of, upon its release in the 70s, Kubrick's like least popular movies. I think it lost him quite a lot of money. And I can understand why, because it is kind of like a slow burn. There's not much action, despite it being like about war, and there is like duels and stuff. It is quite slow. And it's a historic piece. It's based in the 18th century, so it is quite historical. But that being said, like, I personally love like historical movies, like period dramas. And I loved this. I loved the way everyone looked. I loved the fashion. I loved the fact that he filmed this movie with natural lighting, so like actually how things looked back then. Like they didn't have electricity back then.
Undeniably impressive.
Yeah. There's several scenes that start out and then pan out, and it looks like a Georgian painting.
It looks lovely.
It looks like gorgeous.
Beautiful movie at points.
Yeah, that's like literally like the biggest selling point for me is just like how good it looks. It was like stunning, and like that's like one thing like
I'm looking forward to watching some 4K one day.
Yeah, that's something I'm learning with this Kubrick retrospective is like he really has an eye for details and like aesthetics and like just certain looks. It's like impressive.
I can't think of a movie that came out in the 70s that has like this level of the including 2000 Space Odyssey, this level of like detail meticulousness.
Yeah.
That his movies kind of show, and it starts to kind of hammer in. Oh, this guy really is a lot of people's blueprint for like a meticulous, detail-oriented director. When we see, people talking about Curry Barker and Obsession, and the set design for this and that, like, Kubrick is the blueprint for this for meticulousness. Like,
he's kind of like they were sort of in a way not comparable because Wes Anderson has like a very particular style, but to the point where like he's very detail oriented into making sure that his style is perfect in these movies, whereas like Kubrick's willing to like try different styles and different aesthetics, but even within all of these different styles and aesthetics, he's like to the point.
He has this goal of making the movie real.
Yes,
which is very
impressive. lived in.
Like you talked about this being like the period drama, and while it's a war movie, there's action. The war and action in this movie is not like it's not what we're used to seeing like in a blockbuster.
It's accurate.
The
to
action
the time.
in this is maybe accurate to like this movie didn't do so well in the American box office, and watching especially that war scene of them at the battle is like American audiences don't have even the context to really appreciate this. It almost seems comical, and it's this real attention to detail. The change in how duels were done.
Yeah, and like, even the change in fashion, a lot of people tend to think, especially in historical fashion, that, you get one century and sort of the dresses and obviously all the fashion that the men wear, it has a particular style for that century, but it remains the same throughout, where it's like, well, no. Like, fashion would be changing from year to year, and especially if you were a rich person, which this movie honestly surrounds for the majority of it.
The forefront of fashion.
Yeah, you would be getting these different fashions year to year. So to see it go from quite a subdued, more muted color fashion while they're in this 7-year war, because obviously they can't afford to, waste fabric, dye fabric, because all this stuff is going towards the war effort, to when the war's over, now it becomes more Rococo and Georgian, that Georgian you have in your head of like the massive hair and the pale faces and the massive dresses, and it proceeds through that with the movie, and you see a real change in what a 30-year period, which is like genius.
It's super impressive, and like the word undeniable comes to my mind. It was like, I can't help but respect that. And I think of the movie that a movie maybe decided these details didn't matter, and I remember you pointed it out. It was the Dracula movie, the newer one, where he's going through these different eras and times of fashion, and you're pointing out, why are they wearing that? That makes no sense. And it's such a attention to detail that maybe isn't necessarily important for every movie to be like this. Yeah. But it's amazing that there is a movie that does.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'm going kind of course, but the kind of early modern period, from the Tudor era, which is like the 16th, 17th, 16th, 17th, 18th century, it's hard, especially for Americans, to visualize that, because like we only really it's like a 19th, American culture was like a very early 18th century into the 19th century Victorian period, so they kind of get lumped in the like 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th century, get lumped in this whole big time of history, when it's like a 300-400 period of time. So like, I don't want to see in your movie, I don't want to see freaking Tudor Elizabethan garb when you're supposed to be in the 18th century.
It's funny.
But no, this is like awesome. This is like a pinnacle of like historical fashion accuracy in a movie, which is one of my favorite things when it comes to historical period dramas.
Yeah. Technically, no notes
Yeah, literally, it's like beautiful. Again, like Stanley Kubrick has these like technological feats within movies, like especially with like 2001 and Barry Lyndon, where it's like he had to like create a whole new, uninvented, unused before camera to be able to work and do all this filming with natural light, because it was just you'd use, you know, studio lighting for stuff. So it's like also Stanley Kubrick's like kind of like low-key goated genius.
Yeah.
Goat.
Also kind of these like pinnacle of, you know, people from a bunch of different disciplines and like science and art all working together to make something. I think that's what I think of when I think of like the real collaboration that is a movie. And probably similarly on a collaborative level, I think of like I Love Boosters, how like collaborative that was amongst all the creators and everyone involved with that. If we were to go into the story, the movie is good. Maybe the narrative isn't exactly gripping at every angle. It's kind of, you do feel like you're following someone's story, and
it's a very long movie as well.
6 minutes, 8 minutes, yeah. Yeah,
it's very long, so for it to be quite a slow story and also a long movie, it can feel you can really feel its time. I won't say it's like slow, like boring, because I don't think it was, but you really do feel the length of the movie at some point.
I guess to say the movie absolutely does take its time at points.
Yes,
and very intentionally. I guess I had some thought in my head. I forgot. It takes its time. Yeah, particularly, I think the presenter we had kind of mentioned the omniscient narrator being maybe a bit out of place, but I think it's almost necessary for the pace of the movie to kind of have this this kind of dry observative humor about just the current state of affairs to kind of give it a bit of a lift to the pace.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I agree. I didn't feel like it really sort of took away from the movie at all. I thought it was hilarious as well. It's like a really funny film. And you know, people often say that the only comedy that Kubrick ever did was Doctor Strangelove, which, you know, like that is an outright like on the surface comedy. But a lot of Kubrick's choices in a lot of his films that are not comedies are very comedic. It's really interesting. Like especially Barry Lyndon, I felt like this was like at certain points like just straight up like telling jokes.
Yeah, I thought this movie was a like at least some type of comedy as well. Same way I felt about Lolita, but I see that's not necessarily the same interpretation everyone has. So it's interesting to see how different people interpret things.
No, I agree. And you know, for a director who has like such a strong filmography as Kubrick, it's, you know, people are going to have different opinions of it because a lot of people have seen his movies and people really enjoy them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to after we've got, is it Full Metal Jacket?
Full Metal Jacket and then Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay, I'm super looking forward to Eyes Wide Shut. I've never seen it, but it's been on my list to watch for a while, and I've kind of been putting it off to watch it at the movie theater. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too. It's really fun kind of watching this retrospective and kind of seeing why this is like, okay, I'm starting to understand why this is a lot of cinephiles' first name you can throw out there to kind of put yourself as a cinephile. Because like on surface, a lot of these movies aren't necessarily broad appeal in 2026. And kind of as you watch this work, as you start to watch this work, there's a real appreciation for the craft of filmmaking that as you're watching these movies and you kind of gain a little bit of knowledge of this and see the decisions that end up being made. I'm getting it. I understand.
Yeah, me too.
Now, if you ask me in the heat of the moment whether I'm down to watch a Kubrick or a Park Chan-wook, I might go for Park Chan-wook every time right this
Yeah.
second. I think maybe as a filmmaker, I think Kubrick is an author, a genius. Maybe like I can see why some might say unparalleled. I understand. As a storyteller, I have other names that come to the top
Yeah.
because not a lot of these stories aren't necessarily aren't necessarily sitting in my soul necessarily. Not in a bad way, just nothing resonates 100% with everybody. But so I've loved all these movies. I've loved most of these movies all the same, yeah. But I'm just like trying to put it in context in my head of verbalize my feelings.
Yeah. No. I think I've said.
Yeah, same.
I want to say.
Barry Lyndon,
Yeah.
very solid. You know what? If I were to say one thing about Barry Lyndon, part of me wonders if the lead was maybe a different actor. Maybe they could have brought something that maybe made me a bit more invested in this character. If I'm honest, like if I think of like Malcolm McDowell in this role, this bring that kind of energy.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe I would have been more grit, more even more invested.
Yeah,
I wonder if I were to like, I'm nitpicking.
Yeah.
I'm nitpicking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. Berlin, solid movie, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad we saw it. All right, so that's what we saw for the week. Very good movies. What have we got on the docket? So, let me kind of bring up a couple of things. So on Monday we have Caroline, from the director of Dinner in America or Dinner for America, I forget.
Dinner in America.
Dinner America, and we'll also see Ichi the Killer as part of I think Sunrise Cinema's Pride Month collaboration with Vadavision. So this should be very cool. Japanese movie. I recently heard that it was apparently very violent. So we'll see. Then Friday we have Call Me by Your Name as part of AMC's Pride Month. Very cool. Been wanting to see that. Disclosure Day, the new Spielberg. Still, I don't know whether to be excited or not.
I'm not 100% sure on it, but I mean, I'm gonna go see it.
And then
anywhere.
And then on the weekend we also have Stop That Train,
Yeah.
which we will see.
Yeah, controversial at the minute.
We may see Scary Movie 6 some point this week with Zane, my sister.
Yeah.
And Jinsei, the Japanese anime movie animated by one guy. Should be interesting. And that's what we've got on the docket for this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll watch a couple of things at home.
Yeah. All right. So that's everything we watched this week. That's everything we're going to watch next week and hopefully talk about next weekend. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, comment below, let us know your favourite of the movies that we discussed this week, and let us know any movies that you think we should check out. And we will see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.